What's up, everybody? Freebooter here, and this is what I sold Wednesday and Thursday. So this is Friday morning, and I'm shipping all this out right now. Let's take a look. First, we got this vintage Def Leppard shirt. Now this thing's really worn. It's very faded. It's got a big hole in that armpit, and it's got some spots and stuff. This is 90s. I think it's like 93 or something like that, 92, 93. It's even got some holes in it and stuff. So I can't remember exactly how much these go for in really good condition, but I put it up for 25 bucks and it sold really fast. Now I thought that I had done enough research to show that I can only get about 25 bucks for it. I'm thinking like in good shape it's probably like $60 or $70 or something like that. But I got $25 for it and it took about like a minute. Next we got a signed Playboy card by Shannon Tweed. And I'm not going to take that out of there. I got 20 bucks for this. This actually came in this huge lot of Playboy cards that I got for almost free that turned out to be one of my best hauls ever. It was like $3,000 worth of stuff for 40 bucks. Next, we got this movie. It's a DVD, The Willies. This actually has Sean Astin as a younger guy. He played in Lord of the Rings. When you're looking at DVDs, a ton of DVDs are not really worth selling by themselves. And unless you're one of those people who likes to scan through everything, what you can do is look for old horror movies or just any old movie that you've never heard of or never seen, especially 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff. And don't even bother with the regular movies that you see all the time. I got 15 bucks for that. I paid $1 for it. Next, I sold this Game Boy Advance Glacier Clear Game Boy console. Now, I was saying in my last video that these have actually gone up in price over the last few years. So I used to be able to only get like 20, 25 bucks 5 years ago on these, maybe 5, 6 years ago when I first started. Now these go for, if they work good and all the buttons and everything work, $35 to $40. Now, these people are actually probably going to replace this screen, but everything else is in pretty good shape and all the buttons work. When you're testing these, make sure... Actually, Tetris is a really good game to test this with because you can test all the buttons. Just test start and select. Those, a lot of the time, for some reason, don't have good reaction. There's dust that gets on the contacts. I actually know how to clean these out. But if you're testing it out, you know, test the D-pad, test those buttons, test those. And you should be able to press these really lightly. You shouldn't have to, like, press them really hard. And the same with the R button and the L button. All of those you should just be able to barely press and it should have a reaction. So everything on this worked good and I got 35 bucks for it, even though they're probably going to spend 5, 6 bucks on a new screen. So that was awesome. Next, I sold this lot of Legos. This is actually in the box that I got it from the thrift shop in, and as you can see it was 10 bucks. It was funny because it was taped up. You couldn't even see what was in it. It was taped up and it was underneath something else. So you literally... It just looked like a cardboard box with some other toys on top of it. I don't know how long it had been sitting there, but I thought that was pretty hilarious. There was this awesome lot of Legos in the thrift shop just sitting there for 10 bucks. So I paid 10 bucks for it, and inside immediately I noticed there was a partially complete set. And what I did is I listed it as this set. Let me see what set it was. So this is set 7597, the Western Train Chase from Toy Story. It's a little dusty and stuff. So what I did, there was only like one minifigure in here from that set and then like 3 other just regular minifigures. What I did is I listed it as a partial set. I have made the mistake of putting sets together to see if all the pieces are there, but Lego sets take way longer than you think they're going to take. I mean, you can spend hours doing a smaller set. So I didn't want to mess with it. All I did was list it as a partial set and a bunch of extras, and I got $80 for it. Took a few days to sell. So awesome, $10 into 80. And last but certainly not least is this lot of ink toner. Now you can see the name here, Rico, I think it's pronounced R-I-C-O-H, Savine Lanier print cartridge black. There was four different colors in here. We got the black, the magenta, the yellow, and the blue. So I actually paid $20 for these. There was 14 of them. They were just sitting there on a table at this yard sale, and I asked them how much they wanted. She said 30 bucks, and I was like, oh, you know, I was actually thinking 20, and she was like, oh, that's fine, I'll sell them for 20. Now, ink is one of my favorite things to resell, and this is the first time I've ever found this. So as soon as I saw that it said ink or print cartridge, or I guess it's not really ink, this is actually a powder. So I did find out that there's a lot of ink cartridges out there that can go dry. This is a powder, so it doesn't go dry nearly as much. You won't find bad ones nearly as much. So you don't really have to worry about the expiration date like you would on a lot of HP, Hewlett-Packard, and those kind of ink cartridges. So I actually got $330, and I think that I listed it for too cheap because it sold within like half an hour. So I think I probably could have got like $450 for these possibly, but I'm just super happy that I paid 20 bucks and almost immediately I sold them for $330. So that's the sale of the week so far. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Peace.